Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games in the Game Pass collection, bringing you 3 unique perspectives and varying skill range. I'm the hardcore gamer host of this episode, Andrew. With me, our moderate gamer who can't figure it out, Keith.
Hello.
And of course, the wonderful Liz the Noob.
Hey guys.
And this week we are doing our Sidequest episode of the Xbox Bethesda Showcase recap. And this time around, it's not a month late like last year.
Yeah.
It's only 2 weeks late.
I mean, it's better late than never. So we decided we'd share our thoughts on the Xbox Showcase since we all, got to see it. Although, I want to get your guys' thoughts. Did this make you excited? Did you not care? Or you thought it was okay?
I got really excited. There's a lot of games on my, I really want to play list. And I will say, though, that watching these, I always find it frustrating when they, barely give you anything. And I feel like it goes either way, where, they give you, a little snippet and you're like, I need to know more. Or you're just like, if you're not going to give me more, I just don't care. So it's it's one or the other. But yeah, there was enough games that I'm really excited about that I feel like I'm going to hint, guys, pick this one.
See, you haven't obviously seen a lot of showcases, but this showcase, I will say, I feel like it wasn't too much of a tease. You haven't been in other showcases where literally sometimes it's just a logo or just an audio clip and it doesn't show anything. And it's you're going to have to wait 2 years.
They'll put a
Those
word
suck.
or a date.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird when they give a general concept, but they don't even give us a real trailer or gameplay. For me, I'm mostly interested in gameplay trailers, but I also just at least give me more story or something.
So I did the same thing I would do with probably just about any game showcase. I've never been one to sit down and watch them live. I couldn't if I wanted to. I wasn't around, but at the same time, I wasn't worried or concerned that, oh man, I'm not going to be able to watch all this live. But I went down and I watched it that night. But I also like watching it that way because, quite honestly, this is going to be a real shocker to a lot of people who listen to this podcast. I don't really care about all the talking and the dialogue in between. Just give me.
There's not a lot this time around.
And you're right. I didn't find myself skipping, and I did catch even that they talked about that, and I think that it was something that made this showcase special in particular. Is they really focused on the games themselves, and on top of that, they focused on these are games that are coming out within the next year. We're not going to tease you with, hey, here's some cool 2025 pipe dream that's actually going to come out in 2030, and then it's going to be like Mario Kart or something. It's. And maybe they still might be that at the end of the day, but at least we, with some reason, are able to say that, hey, we're going to have everything we just saw within the next 12 months. And correct me if I'm wrong, is every single thing we saw in there day one on Game Pass, or at least coming to Game Pass?
Not everything, but majority.
The majority?
Yeah.
I also have to say, and I totally understand why, I was a bit thrown by the Bethesda in the name because I was like, I don't really care for a ton of Bethesda games, so I don't know that I'm very excited, but duh, Microsoft and Bethesda are kind of the same thing now, and it was it was Bethesda Plus, so I was very pleasantly surprised about a lot of the things that I saw that I wasn't expecting to see.
Yeah, Bethesda actually used to have its own showcase, so that's why it's the Xbox Bethesda Showcase.
I think I said this last time. I just want to point out again that, because this was live, correct?
Yeah.
I watched it afterwards, but I love how eloquent they are. If I was doing a live thing and talking during these segments, not only do they keep switching the camera, so they have to know when to turn and face the other camera, but there's no stuttering. Andrew edits a lot. And so I'm always just so impressed.
I kind of assumed that their dialogue was pre-recorded. Because it doesn't really matter if they're speaking live or not, right?
I guess, yeah. There wasn't an audience from what I could tell.
Oh,
so
true.
It is possible, but I mean, they kept saying it was live.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but
yeah, I'm with you guys for most of the things. For me, I thought this showcase was good, not great. I do what I was just disappointed in, there was a lot of rumors for some things that I was really excited for. There was rumors that there was going to be announced for a new GoldenEye remake. There was rumors that maybe Age of Empires was coming to console because, the Xbox console supports keyboard and mouse. So, I mean, it makes sense that you can start transferring some PC games, especially if you do cloud, to the console. So I was kind of hoping for some of that. There was rumor that Microsoft was finally going to announce that they're going to have a Game Pass family plan. There was rumor that they were going to come up with a streaming device, because they just recently announced that you can now stream on Samsung smart TVs. So some people are just assuming that Microsoft would just come out with a like simple streaming device for like $50, where you could do like xCloud. And there's a ton of big games coming down the pipeline that a lot of people thought we were going to get more information on, but we got none. No Perfect Dark, no Fable, no
Titanfall.
Oh, a new Gears of War, not Titanfall. Titanfall's EA.
I know.
So it wouldn't be in this showcase anyway. But yeah, a lot of people know these big games that are coming down the pipeline. But what I do love about the showcase is that at the beginning, as Keith said, the girl said everything you're seeing here in the next 12 months you're playing. That is awesome, because that's one thing I usually hate about Sony's showcase. They usually throw some good games, really good graphics, good trailers, but some of them are like 2-3 years out, and I hate seeing a game and getting teased with it and being like, yeah, you're going to be playing this in 3 years, and it's just like, that sucks. So it's nice that I got to see all these things, and I'm like, cool, I'm playing this within the year. And of course there were some new surprises and new IPs in this. None of them I thought were super stellar, but I love indie games, so they still got my interest. So yeah, I thought overall it was a good showcase.
You just ruined it for me by reminding me about GoldenEye, and now I'm just like, you know what? 0 stars.
Showcase sucks now.
I outside of maybe some weird little catchphrase, I don't know that there is a soapbox I have stood on more in this podcast than the fact that I don't want a remake of GoldenEye. I could be wrong.
It's supposed to be just a remaster.
Which is even, I don't know, maybe worse. I don't know, maybe a remake is better, but either way, I think leave it as it is. I think it was just it was perfect, and it's not gonna hold the same glory. But that's just me.
Well, the issue too is you just can't play it anymore unless you have a Nintendo 64 and you have the cartridge. Like, you just can't play it anymore, and so that's the whole thing of like just at least being able to play the game again. But I do agree, Keith. I tried it recently, and it's like, man, this game's pretty dated.
It's just gonna kill it for me. All of the nostalgia and the love that I have for it, I'm gonna be like, this is terrible. And I know why I loved it then, but I will just be sad that I don't actually find it as fun as I thought I would. Almost like, honestly, I think within the last 10 years I played Twisted Metal 2, and I was unpleasantly surprised that I was like, oh, it just wasn't as fun as I remember being. Not the concept, still love the game as an idea. It just wasn't fun. It didn't age well.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought we'd go through the showcase, each game, kind of get your feels on how you guys thought about it. So the showcase started off with gameplay of Redfall, which for me, I was very excited for, because I don't know about you guys, or I don't know if you guys remember from last showcase, they just did like a cinematic, trailer kind of, hey, this is our game coming out. I did not care for the cinematic. For me, this game originally was like a 2 out of 10, because to me, it seemed like it was trying to go more teen, kind of Fortnite, the way the characters were, how they're kind of, these young teen kind of characters, and their banter was kind of goofy. But right off the bat on the showcase, as soon as they show gameplay, it's like blood, gore, scary vampires. And to me, I was like, yes, thank you. This is what I wanted. I wanted something a little more mature. I still think some of the banter and dialogue was kind of kiddish, but I thought Redfall actually looked really good.
I feel like it was a little all over the place for me, but in a good way. So I was surprised. I think towards the end it showed like a skill tree.
Yep.
But I like that there are these like cool environments, and like it's like creepy kind of. Like, I almost wasn't sure I wouldn't have started if it was going to be like scary or creepy, and then I saw like more of the clip, and but also like the story, like it's based in Massachusetts, and like the vampires, like they created an island, right? Or
no, it was a town on the coast, that they kind of took over.
But they blocked it off from everybody else.
Yeah.
But so for me, I'm just like, is there going to be enough food for the vampires after a while? Like, they're going to have to branch out.
I mean, it's kind of like that graphic novel and movie, 30 Days of Night?
Yeah. But I also like that it's co-op, and there's different classes, right?
Yep.
So I feel like I'm really going to like this game. I kind of don't know what direction it's really going in. Because like you said, it did feel kind of kiddish at some points, but it also seemed really cool.
Yeah, I didn't care for the banter.
I don't think it was trying to go youth in any way. I think it was just trying to be a little bit cheeky while being a vampire game. I got the vibe that it was sort of a craps almighty, not Left 4 Dead. What was the one that just came out? It was
Back 4 Blood?
Back 4 Blood. That it was like, yeah, so I kind of got the vibe that this was Back for Blood with vampires, and I don't even think that that's a problem. I'm not complaining about that being the case, because it seems there's also different aspects to it that Back for Blood doesn't do, skill trees and all that stuff. But at least that was the overall play vibe I got, and I'm about it. Like, I like it, and I like the fact that it sounds like there's factions, and you can kind of help one side versus another, and ultimately maybe decide how the outcome of the game goes. So like that could be kind of cool. And so yeah, I definitely think it looks like a good amount of fun, and I'm excited for it to come out.
Yeah, and this is from Arcane Studios, so the 2 games that we played from them, Prey and Dishonored.
Okay.
So
Prey's skill tree was really good. So
yeah, so I think this game has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So for me, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys for this game?
So don't hate me. I'm going to switch it for myself, because I have games that, I don't really want to play, stuff that I'm like, and then my top picks. And so I'm going to do either a 1, a 3, or a 5. So
Okay.
I'm going to give this like a 5 out of 5 on excitement. I am going to rank these high. Like, so if it's just like, if I'm interested in playing it, it's going to be an automatic 5. So for me, this is a 5.
So we'll say.
So Liz is going on the 5-point system. Okay, fine. We'll do 5-point system.
No, but it's not a 5-point system. It's a 3-point system. 1, 3, or 5. So it's this is a.
I mean, you can do your own. I just like I'm being positive today. If I like the game, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Hold on. Yeah, that is a good point. What is this? So you do it a 3-point system, Liz, or a 5-point system?
So on an odd scale of 1 to 5.
Listen, you didn't tell me how we were doing this. Don't want to play. I'm all right playing it, but I don't know if I'm going to like it, and I'm going to like it. So for me, it's just like I have 3 categories, 3 scores, and that's what I'm going with. You guys can do your own thing if you want.
All right.
You guys didn't tell me this.
I'm going to be between 2 and 20, only using even numbers.
Ooh. Okay, so what's your number for this?
I wish I knew the first 100 prime numbers, because I would go on that scale. Honestly, I'm not even going to use number or scale at all, because I'm so bad at number scales as it is. We can't really give me that.
So you're just going to do a game or a pass?
Yeah, this is a game that I want us to review. I would like a I would like a listener to suggest it. I would like us to pick it if we have our pick week, and I would like to play this game when it comes out.
I'm trying to be a host here and try to give us, some uniform
Andrew, you've
scoring
been doing
system
this
here, and you guys are just doing whatever the hell you want.
You should have told us from the beginning. I said before we started this, maybe we should just do gamer pass, because I don't know about this 10-point scale. And you were like, no, let's just do the 10-point scale.
Well,
and so, do you know what? Me and Keith,
we're
on the same page.
Whatever. I'm going with my system.
We've been doing this podcast for 3 years now, and you honestly think you can reel us in at this point?
So I'm going with my system. For excitement, I'm 8 out of 10. This looks like a really fun looter shooter. My biggest, like I said, gripe, maybe the banter. I don't want this to be kiddish. I want this to be more kind of dark, which, Arcane has a history of, so I think it will go that way. So next up, after the showcase, though, was Hollow Knight Silksong, which this has been talked about for a while. I remember when we covered Hollow Knight, even then people knew Silksong was coming out. I think it was originally just supposed to be an expansion, but this time it looks like it's a full standalone game. And I don't know if you guys remember. I asked Liz. She did not. You were playing, I can't remember who exactly she was. I think she's like the princess of the world, but she was the first boss you encountered in Hollow Knight. You are now playing her. Instead of a nail, she has a sewing needle, but it looks very much like Hollow Knight. So, Liz, I bet this is, number 1 on your list, right?
No, this is a 3. I had a lot of respect for Hollow
5?
Knight, but I was really bad at it, if I remember correctly. Mine like a sieve. I think that's my main gripe with it. Yeah, and I was really struggling, and I mean, obviously, like the more I gain, the more experience. Maybe I'll have an easier time with it. Probably not. But graphically, I liked it. There's a lot of things I liked about it, but I just think that will be a struggle week for me. But I'm not hating the idea of playing it, so for me, it's a 3.
Yeah, I'm in a weird place with Hollow Knight, because I don't remember where I at least kind of ultimately fell on it. I think it was a game, because I generally tend to enjoy platformers. I enjoy Metroidvania style type of games, and so I do recall enjoying Hollow Knight as a whole. Was it my favorite? No. And am I overly excited about a sequel for it? also not really. And that might be, and it probably could very much be the fact that I never did beat Hollow Knight either. I got, I think, decently far, but I know I didn't beat it, and so maybe that's why I'm just like, oh, I don't want more. But I'm not upset about it, and this would be another one of those, if it came up as a recommendation, I wouldn't be upset about it, but I'm not looking forward to it, at least.
So for me, I'm probably giving this a 7 out of 10 for excitement. I loved Hollow Knight. I had a ton of fun with it. I did not beat it either, because unfortunately that's kind of the negative thing about doing this podcast. You got to go to the next game. You don't have enough time to kind of play what you want. But I know I got pretty far. I thought it was a ton of fun. I thought its universe was really intriguing. I love the art style. And so this just looks like more of the same. It didn't look like it was reinventing the wheel. You know, they showcased some new moves she had. She definitely looks like she's more acrobatic. So it looks like the combat's a lot more fluid. But yeah, I'm absolutely not against more Hollow Knight. And once again, too, I'm pretty sure this was day one Game Pass as well. So I'd look forward to that.
I think that's kind of my issue, though, and it's not even a complaint. It's a weird thing. But yeah, as far as it is with Hollow Knight, is that I definitely enjoyed my time with it. And I could be horribly wrong on, maybe I absolutely loved it when we played it. But I thought it was fun, but I guess just giving me more of the same is where I'm not excited about it. It's more of the same. I guess I would like to see it do something different.
So next up after that, this was a new IP that kind of came out of nowhere. I did not hear of this in the works at all. But next up was High on Life, which is from the creators of Rick and Morty and Solar Opposite. So I'm assuming, I don't know if Dan Harmon's in it. I think this might just be, trying to blank on his other name, on his partner. But you could definitely hear the voice actor. Morty's in it. And this looks like a first-person shooter where you are an alien trying to save humans who are being used as a drug for aliens. They consume humans and they get high on life. So the interesting about this game is that your guns are living creatures. So I'm assuming you didn't play, Keith, but I got a lot of vibes of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. I don't know if you played that.
I think I played bits of it. I don't know if I played that one, because there's multiple Oddworlds, right?
So yeah, but this one was a first-person shooter. You were like a kind of like a cat type person, humanoid, and you were a bounty hunter, and you had a crossbow, and your ammo was living creatures. So you had like bees to harass people. You had like these other creatures that would be essentially bolus balls that could tie people up. So this game looked kind of similar to that, where the guns had different features to them. They were living creatures, and they kind of would do different things. This game to me looked interesting, but I don't quite know how it is, because anyone who's played any other, so this is Squanch Games is the studio. They've done a couple of other games, and their games are generally really funny. Obviously very not safe for kids, but the humor is usually top notch. I did not get much humor in this one. It was kind of funny, like Knifey, the knife that just wants to keep stabbing people. Kind of funny, but there wasn't anything that made me like laugh out loud.
At the end, it had a character that was similar to one in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yep.
Yeah, it seemed very much like him.
Yeah, I like the music in the trailer. I loved. And obviously graphically, it's very reminiscent of Rick and Morty. So I'm excited. I put it in one of my top ones because, I don't know if I'm going to like the game. I feel like I didn't get too much from the trailer. But I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
I'm this is another one, I guess. Maybe I'm going to say this a lot. But I'm torn on, because I'm always hesitant on games that, while this is not a spin-off of Rick and Morty or tied to Rick and Morty, when you have a creator who just does the same thing but different, it kind of gets tiring. If this was a Rick and Morty game, I think I'd be okay with it. But the fact that it's not, and it feels like it is Rick and Morty, like, even if it was, if they went into something where like, hey, this is what do they call it, the Cableverse or whatever. Like, if this was a show that existed on one of their weird cables or something,
the interdimensional television.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, if it tied even in that way, then maybe. But I think where the humor issue may be, and I could be wrong, because I looked, it doesn't look like Dan Harmon's involved. So I think you have, it's Justin Roiland, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that's his name. Thank you.
And I mean, I'm sure he adds some comedy to the show, but I think Dan Harmon, and I could be very wrong, but I think Dan Harmon is probably what just brings out the comedy, knowing other things that Dan Harmon's done. And I think that's where it might end up lacking on there. So while I could be very much wrong about it, I don't think it's going to live up to what it could be. And so I'm not overly excited about it. I think I might be looking at a pre-pass on it.
I'm with you, Keith. Dan Harmon, I mean, Justin Roiland, his stuff is also pretty funny. I think it is mostly him because I think he's the only one doing Solar Opposite. And that's what the game kind of said is like from the creator of Solar Opposite.
Okay, Solar Opposites was good. I will give it. It's not Rick and Morty, but
I've only seen like the first 4 episodes and I thought it was just okay. I didn't care for it as much.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was okay. I was watchable and I enjoyed it, but it was not Rick and Morty comparable.
But yeah, the trailer for me just didn't show too much. I'm at a 5 out of 10. I'm like in the middle of the road. I think this could be good. The actual gunplay looked okay. So I don't know. I got to see more of it, but I'm really excited for it. So next up, they announced Riot Games partnership. To me, so I grew up, I guess I can say grow up, but my college years was League of Legends, like day and night. I played that game way too much. So for me, I'm super excited for this Riot Game partnership because I've been playing the League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile version. I think that's a ton of fun. And so this partnership, if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you get all their champions, like their core deck packs on the Legends of Runeterra, the card game they have. To me, I think this is awesome feature. I don't have a lot of time, but I am really tempted to get back into League of Legends after seeing that. I don't know if you guys cared at all for this partnership.
For me, this is one of those I can absolutely see the value in, and it's just one more reason that I've said before, and I will say again, and I don't even think I'm the first person to say it. Xbox Game Pass is by and far the greatest value of any subscription. It may not be
they
the
just
best
keep adding benefits.
Yeah, like it may not be the best subscription because it might not be your thing, and that's fine. But for what it adds in value, I don't think there's any competition in any other subscription service. Maybe Disney Plus because they have like all the ESPN and Hulu partnerships and bundles. But like, I don't know, Game Pass is just incredible. As far as it goes, I was a Dota guy. And you know that. You know me in my days.
You played the original Dota and Warcraft 3.
I never ended up switching when it really went over to its own standalone game, which not in some like snobby way. I just didn't do it and kind of moved away from computer games as a whole at that point. And so I played a good amount of League of Legends in my day. Oh man, I loved being a jungler. But I wasn't a good one, but I loved it. But I've played my fair share. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to do anything for me unless we like do an episode on it. I don't think I'm going to utilize really any of it. But it is a cool option or addition, I should say.
It's a 3 for me. I don't mind playing it, but
You would actually try it? It's all PvP.
I mean, I would. I mean, I thought I was going to hate Rainbow Siege 6, and I really loved it.
Rainbow Six Siege. Close.
Rainbow Six Siege every time. I thought I had it
Rainbow
this time.
Siege 6.
But, yeah, I feel like it didn't really get me thrilled, but there are some games where I was just like, I do not want to play this, and this wasn't one of them, so.
So next up was probably one of my highlights. One of my favorite games, Plague Tale Requiem. After we beat Plague Tale, I loved that game, and I thought it ended so well. I loved where the story was going, and I was like, I hope they continue this series. This was a ton of fun. I remember it graphically was gorgeous. I thought the characters were great. So seeing this again, it doesn't look, once again, this game doesn't look like it's reinventing the wheel. It just looks like it's continuing the story, which I'm 100% for. I'm 9 out of 10 on this. I can't wait for this.
For me, it is a 5 for me. I actually got excited seeing it, which I think like the first one, I could be wrong, but I thought it was like high 70s or like low 80s. There are things I didn't like about the game, but overall I did give it a game, I believe.
Our angry co-host liked Plague Tale the best.
Yes.
That was like his,
took
even
place
he liked
in
it.
France. That's cheating.
But looking at the gameplay in the trailer, like I was like, oh yeah, you have those like white flowers that you hide in, and you know, with the rats
slingshot
and everything. And there were so many things that I forgot, and I feel like the gameplay is so unique that I'm going to enjoy it again.
Great. That's my take on it.
You didn't care for it, did you?
I didn't like the first one. I thought it was
Wow, that's right.
slow. didn't care for anything about the characters. The siblings annoyed me. My gosh, that whiny kid that you have to drag around through a bunch of rats
He looks older now.
in janky fights with knights. No, thank you. I'm sure we'll play it, but no, thank you.
So everyone vote for us to play this game.
To have Keith rage. But I'm sure you love the next game, Keith. I know you've been waiting for it. Forza Motorsport. This game, so usually the Forza series would take turns from Horizon and then Motorsport. Horizon being the arcade, Motorsport being the simulator. But Forza Motorsport's been on kind of a bit of a hiatus because they've been rebooting it, trying to rework like the engine, get everything back going again. And here it is. They finally announced it. Where did this sit with you, Keith?
Forza Motorsports intimidates the crap out of me, is what
Really?
it does.
You were such a Gran Turismo person when we were growing
I
up.
was, but see, here's the thing. Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2 was what I played. Once Gran Turismo 3 even came around, it got too simulator. And it got to the point where, like, you can absolutely play the game without knowing about cars. Like, it's not that bad. But
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting my value of the game if I'm just not like, oh, I got to tinker with all these tiny little gear ratios and all these cool little things, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And on top of that, while the games are gorgeous and I do and I think they're great, they're hard. They're so stinking hard. You know me. You know how I race. I don't
Very aggressive.
I don't do well when going off the track a little bit gets me a penalty. It's bad enough when I have to take a penalty for, missing a 5-car length checkpoint. But, if I'm not allowed to just bump and grind a little bit on there, then I don't know. So more motorsports, I think it's awesome. I'll be excited to play it. Like, if someone chooses it, it'll be a game that a reason I get to play it. So I just, I'm scared of it. If that answers your question.
Forza 5 for me is the same. It's a 1. It's the Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah. So they announced, this was surprising. So Forza Horizon, they announced their first expansion, and it's the Hot Wheels, which they did in Forza Horizon 3. So it's kind of surprising that they brought it back. It's surprising because the first expansion for them is almost always grounded. Like, it's always something like, before it was Fortune Island, and before that was like Blizzard Peak. And so to have Hot Wheels as their first one is kind of surprising. But I'm excited for it.
I didn't think about that, but I'm excited about that because
I loved the Hot Wheels expansion. So.
Yeah, the Hot Wheels one was fun, and this just looks like bigger, grander. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I'm probably gonna download that.
Yeah, let's I will gladly revisit it for an episode if I don't just do it on my own anyways.
I thought it was pretty crazy. So then also too, they finally did more announcements for Overwatch 2, which they finally announced that they actually announced that Overwatch 2 is going to be free to play. This was a big change because so many people were concerned that Overwatch 2, me included, really did not look like an expansion. It looked like a very simple edition that doesn't need to be $60. And that's what it sounded like. It was going to be a full game, $60. But this showcase, they said it was free to play. And they introduced at least one champion. I couldn't tell if they were hinting at more. But Overwatch 2, I'm still a bit hesitant of it. I was a huge Overwatch fan, but now they're going from 6 players to 5 on each team. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
I think I'm going to give it a 3. I mean, I'm not really excited. I've seen you play it.
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled about the idea, but I also don't hate the idea. So for me, I'm just like, I kind of don't want somebody to pick it. But the ones that are in my bottom, that's just like, oh, maybe Dave or Aaron could come in for an episode. It's not one of those. I would happily try it.
I mean, it's 5v5, so we need more people on our team.
Oh, that would be awesome. We'll have our first 5-person podcast. That'd be brutal. We'll cover gameplay and then be done. But anywho, I'm excited for it, and I will play it before and after someone picks it probably. I think unless it really disappoints me, like this game is gonna have to fail for me when I play it. Because outside of that, while I don't play Overwatch at all, not like I used to. Every 6 months I'll pick it up. I'm excited about it, and 5v5, 6v6, whatever. it's just gonna, I don't know, it's gonna end up being one of those games that I'm like, let me just hop on for 1 or 2 quick games before I go to bed. And 5 games later, I'll go to bed.
So the next was another surprising new IP, Ara History Untold, which sounds like no gameplay trailer, but it sounds like it's a turn-based, maybe Civilization type clone.
It's really hard to look up. Like, I had trouble finding information, especially because there was a voice actor in it that sounds just like this woman that was in like 24 and The Punisher. She has like a really deep, strong voice. Did you guys recognize it?
She's like the most infamous like smoker voice. I know who it is.
I love her voice. I think it's wonderful. But yeah, I wanted to look it up because I was like, oh, who is that woman? But that, and then I didn't get much out of that trailer. I just knew that it had something to do with history, and she was voicing it. And so for me, I'm excited. I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I mean, the best I could tell from it was, like Andrew said, is it seemed like it could be some sort of a Civilization clone. And Civilization is one of the few like building management style games that I've ever truly loved. So if it manages to be sort of even on scale with that, then yeah, count me in. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I just wish there was some gameplay, but they did have an insider program you can sign up for. Okay. So for me, I'm a 5 out of 10 on this. I'm interested because I absolutely love Civilization, but there was like no information given about it, and that cinematic told me very little. Just that you can control history, and it's like, all right, we'll find out what that means, I guess. But then finally some Bethesda came out and kind of listed some of their expansions coming out for their ongoing games, such as Elder Scrolls Online. They have a new expansion coming out called High Isle. And then Fallout 76, they're coming out with The Pit. So I will say with Elder Scrolls Online, I've heard great things about it. I have not tried it yet. We did have a listener request for it, so we may go to it sometime. But I mean, I liked the Elder Scrolls series, so I might try it. But as far as Fallout 76, I've just heard such awful things about that game, but it has such a devout fan base. And for me, I love the Fallout series. So I've always kind of wanted to try it, but the fact that they're going back to The Pit, which was an expansion in Fallout 3, if I remember correctly, it seems kind of lazy just to kind of rehash an area. I know this is supposed to kind of be like early on, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about either of these expansions.
So what's your rating?
Yeah, like a 4 out of 10. I'd play them, but I don't know. They don't do anything for me.
So for me, Elder Scrolls is a 3. The fact that it's online, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what turns me off to the game. So for me, it's a 3 for that. But Fallout
play
76, that's true. Fallout 76, I'm giving a 5. I haven't played any Fallout, but I thought it looked really cool. The post-apocalyptic scenario. I feel like we haven't played too many games like that. And then I also, like, if a trailer has good music or it just, like, sets the mood or something, it gets me. And they were singing that Downtown song. And I was like, listen, they can set a vibe, man. So for me, I'm looking forward to Fallout 76.
Such a sucker.
I am. So, yeah, that's what got it the 5.
So, I mean, I can kind of appreciate that because if you can get the right song to fit something like on a trailer or gameplay, whatever it may be, I'm like, oh man, you make me want to play this. I think the last Fallout experience I had was Fallout 4, maybe. And I think from what I remember about it, I think most Fallout games are they're like town management games, and I get overwhelmed, and so I'm not excited about it, I guess. And especially not realizing this is kind of just a rehash. I agree. Especially from what I've always thought I've seen about Fallout, is it's got a very weird like love-hate relationship with its player base. People love and or also hate them because of their love for them. I don't know, it's very weird. So no, not overly excited. I kind of a pre-pass for me, and it's just a reason I'll have to play Fallout 76. Elder Scrolls, I think it's awesome that they're still coming out with stuff. But again, it's just like, man, I don't know that I've got time for an MMO, and it's so hard. I wish I did, because I think it's awesome what they do with it, but I just wasn't really excited for it because I just don't think it's something that I could get into.
I know. I wish I had time for more MMOs. Wasn't in the showcase, but just a quick side note. During one of the interviews, they actually did announce that Fallout 5 is within the works. So even though they didn't announce it during the showcase, because it's probably way down the pipeline because they're still working on the new Elder Scrolls 6, which I forget what the name was of it for. But yeah, they did say they're working on Fallout 5. Another big surprise, they announced Arc 2, which this cinematic...
There's no info. And is that what Vin Diesel?
It was Vin Diesel.
No info
Vin
whatsoever.
Diesel's just not a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs that you're riding and Vin Diesel. And that's all you get.
I didn't catch that at all.
You did it? As soon as I saw him, I'm like, that's Vin Diesel.
Well,
What
that
the
makes
heck?
sense that he's got a daughter, because Vin Diesel, family, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was expecting him to also be on like a car on a dinosaur.
That would have been awesome if he just came like peeling out like a dinosaur car.
Well, Liz, you never played the first Arc. Me and Keith dabbled in it a little bit. We did have as a listener request, but...
I wasn't too thrilled about the idea of playing Ark. And so for me, I'm giving it a 3 because I'll play it, but it just like, it was weird. I didn't know if that was supposed to hook me or not. So I'm just very middle of the road.
Vin Diesel doesn't do it for you?
I mean, I don't dislike the guy, but like I need more than that to play a game.
Yeah, he doesn't even speak in the trailer.
Is it going to actually be Vin Diesel in the game, or was it just like a weird trailer thing?
I think so.
Did?
I think so. Arc 1 is a kind of open world survival game. This one I think is meant to have more of a campaign and supposed to be, I think, more story driven from what I heard. So I think, he's supposed to be kind of a more main character.
Okay.
And it's going to explain more of the world.
So I like you said, we dabbled in Arc, and it's another one of those games that I'm just like,
It's overwhelming.
it's so big. So funny thing, actually, if we ever, I know we've talked about Arc. I'm going to keep this in the podcast. My brother just retired from the Army, so he's had a lot of free time on his hands, and he and his friends play a ton of Arc and has a dedicated server. So he invited me to play, and so we might have like a safe dedicated server we could play on.
Ooh.
So anywho, and I would imagine if Arc 2 does the same, we may find the same. I don't know that I'm excited about it because like I said, overwhelmed with Arc as a whole.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be interesting to see if they take a more campaign approach to it, I think.
Yeah, I'm like at a 6 out of 10 on this.
Give me
the trailer really didn't show too
Dragon
much.
Quest Builders.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Dragon Quest Builders, I don't know if you got the vibe, Keith, but they also announced a new Minecraft spin-off game, Minecraft Legends. And I don't know about you, but I had a very strong Dragon Quest Builder vibe with this game. It looked like, you're third person controlling one person, but you can build a fort, you summon armies. This trailer didn't show too much, but I was in it. I thought this game looked cool.
I didn't get that vibe, but yeah. Well, I don't think Keith really liked the Minecraft Dungeons. I feel like I was the one that liked
me
the
and you loved it.
Minecraft games more.
Yeah.
Like I love Minecraft Dungeons and I liked Minecraft. But this, I'm really excited for it. This is a 5 for me, and I'm really excited. And it's story based, which is kind of weird.
Which Dungeons was too.
Yeah, but this seems like it's more. There's more to it, and so I'm really excited.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I know I definitely didn't love Dungeons as much as I was hoping for. I think
Well, you like Dungeons. Dungeons just didn't like you. That game abused you. You always were complaining about being knocked down and couldn't get up.
I mean, that happened a lot. Or I'm sure it happened. I actually don't remember. But I do remember not enjoying it as much as I thought I was going to. And so I'm hoping Legends isn't going to do the same, because I think I said it to you the other day, but Minecraft Legends might be the thing I'm most excited for out of the showcase. Maybe not the most, but it looked like a lot of fun. I don't know if I caught the Dragon Quest Builders. I don't know. There was almost, to me, it felt like there was vibes of like tower defense games with like, I don't know, almost like real-time strategy. It seemed really cool, and I don't know what I fully know what it is, but either way, I know that it was something that I'm very interested to check out, and I'm excited for it to come out.
So one big game that a lot of people have heard about, but there's been no release date. They finally did a release date for it, but Scorn. They finally said it's coming out in October, and Liz is showing a face of disapproval.
It's a 1 for me. I just thought it looked gross. I don't really like gore. I can get into a horror movie or, scary games, whatever. But just for me, it was gory, aliens. I I didn't really care too much. It's the same with Diablo. I was just like, the graphics.
Oh.
Did they give us much gameplay on Scorn? Because
there's
I don't
been
wanna say
snippets
I
of gameplay throughout.
blocked it out because I remember it. Like I remember it happening, and I remember it being kind of gory and gross. But honestly, I don't remember having much of an opinion on it, and that's like.
So, this game has been announced for like years. I think it was first showcased, I think about 5 years ago, and it's very much based on like H.R. Geiger's like concept of like just body horror. So there's a lot of just like weird body shapes and disfiguration. I mean, your gun is usually like a living creature that you have to like snap open, and it's like a spine that you attach. I don't know. It's very disturbing. I don't really consider it gory gross. It's just weird because it's body horror. But for me, I think that I love the art style, and I love just this unique take on a game because it's very unique. That it's like you see this game and you can't be like, oh, that maybe looks like this game. No, it very much looks like its own game.
For me, gore takes it away from a movie, a game, like whatever. So if I'm watching a horror movie, I feel like it makes it less scary. Like I just think it just doesn't work for me.
But I don't know. I'm an 8 out of 10. I've been looking forward to this game. I think graphically it looks great. I'm iffy about the gameplay. It obviously doesn't look like a frantic first person shooter, but I don't know. I love the art style of this game. I actually can't wait to play this game.
I remember thinking bullet hell about a game. Maybe it was Scorn.
No, it definitely isn't. Scorn's pretty slow.
Okay, never mind then. Carry on.
New IP that was next shown was Flintlock. Looks like a third-person action RPG, which is kind of a industrial era steampunk alternate universe. And for me, this game also was a big surprise. I was actually really into this game. To me, this is kind of a 9 out of 10. The character looked cool. The universe looked cool. You have this cute little dog fox pet. I don't know. This has, I think, to me, great potential. Flintlock looks really good to me.
I gave it a 3 because I thought everything
You had a
from the
cute pet.
music to the story, the game, everything that was being shown, it was just confusing. I didn't think the music matched the trailer, and then everything else, it just like it did not mesh with me. And so for me, I don't even want to look it up. Like I don't care to look it up. But if someone's like, "Oh, play this game," like it could be good, maybe. And I did write actually in my notes that there was a cute animal at the end, but it's like a cute animal wasn't saving that trailer. Like
I remember looking at that animal and also thinking, "Oh, Liz is going to be about this." However, I'm going to tell you right now, something bad happens to that animal. I don't know what it is.
I doubt it.
I'm not saying it dies. I'm just saying
he throws it out of a cannon, but it's okay. The animal's fine.
I mean, if it comes back unharmed and it's hilarious when I do it, I will do it every time.
But I bet this next game kind of maybe got you excited. Lightyear Frontier.
Yes! Oh my gosh. So I was writing notes for this one because in the trailer, I saw some resource gathering, building, farming, exploration, and it seemed like there's a little bit of a mystery.
Yep. And it's co-op farm building management in a mech suit. That looks pretty cool.
It's a 5 for me. And there's so much going on in the trailer that I feel like playing it, I'm going to be like a bit overwhelmed at first, but like an excited
co-op.
Overwhelmed. Yeah. This is a definite, like, we got to play this game.
Yeah, I'm an 8 out of 10 on this. This looks cool.
I immediately got Riftbreaker vibes. I don't think the
storyline's
storyline's going to be
combat.
the same.
I don't think I saw any combat.
Okay. Maybe they just didn't show it. But yeah, as far as it goes, it definitely not the same storyline. You're running away on this planet versus trying to discover everything. I honestly, for a second, I was like, oh, is there a Riftbreaker 2? But yeah, I think it looks fun. I liked the style of it because it's first person, right? Or
yep.
I remember seeing first person. Okay, and that Riftbreaker didn't have. So yeah, I think it looks interesting. I like the multiplayer aspect of it because when it comes to resource and building management games, I like multiplayer. I like being the mule. Go gather me this, Keith, and I'll do the hard building. Yes, please.
But Keith, I really want to get your opinion on the next game that they showed.
Gunfire Reborn?
Yes.
I actually wrote Keith ? In my notes.
Because I right in the trailer it said 4-player roguelike.
Yep. And
roguelite, I think.
Yep. I mean,
Did it do anything for you, Keith?
I don't remember being wowed by it as a whole.
It looked kind of generic.
Yeah, like nothing about it looked like, wow, this is a cool roguelike. The only thing that stood out to me about it is multiplayer. I do like the aspect of multiplayer and roguelike because there's not enough of those. It's nothing that's really even still mind-blowing, but I think it makes them more fun. And so I'd definitely I will give it a try. You know me. It'll come out and I'll fire it up. But no, nothing about it wowed me. I just was interested about the multiplayer aspect mostly.
But this was a game that was a bullet hell, so this might have been the game you were thinking of.
Yes, probably is. That sounds about right because I do.
But yeah,
do remember that.
But for me, this probably sits at about a 6 out of 10. The trailer, it showed some gameplay, but it was just so quick. I didn't quite understand fully what was going on with it. Like, 4-player roguelike, I'll give it a try. I probably won't hate it. It just, to me, didn't look like it was doing anything crazy.
For me, it's a 3. I thought it was weird, too, like how cutesy the game was.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe that I got. And so for me, 3. I'd be happy to play it because I feel like I get in these moods where I really want to play roguelike, but yeah.
And then a new IP that was just announced, The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
This is one I'm really excited
Really?
about because for me, like, I love a haunted mansion and I think I'm going to be bad at it because the platforming and fighting looked like it was going to be a little tricky for Liz. But there's also a lot of like cool story elements. It looks like you're having these like memories and kind of stuff. So
it looks like it deals with like Eldritch Cthulhu horror.
I don't know what that is.
Cthulhu? We've done numerous games of it. No? Cthulhu? You don't know? Okay, never mind.
Explain it to me later, and then I'll go, oh, yeah.
We did a game about it, and the creator, Lovecraft, was a big racist.
Oh,
Remember you
yeah.
did that information?
Oh, yeah.
Andrew throws Lovecraft on so many things. He doesn't even know. He just says it. He's never even read it.
Okay, whatever, Keith. But yeah, this looked like a fun Metroidvania, like indie game. I love the art style of it. I'm intrigued by it. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I'm totally down to play this game. This looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked neat. The one thing I always like is just it's like a video game trope in general. I don't know if maybe I'm just making this up, but I got the vibe in the trailer that he's like, I don't know, like a reporter or something, and he goes in.
I'm assuming a private detective.
But either way,
the fact that it's Last Case of Benedict Fox,
and he's like,
assuming he's some sort of detective.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just in there, and all of a sudden he's just like battling things, and he's just like some skilled fighter. I'm like, what? No, that seems weird. But anywho, it's a video game. I don't really care. I just laugh every time I see it.
He's actually just a cobbler.
Yeah,
but knows how to use a gun. But next up, we had A Dusk Falls. So this actually, I remember being announced, I think, last year. But this time around, it seems like it's coming to the end. Did you guys get the same vibe of a game we played before?
What was this game again?
No. What?
Was I checking out by the end of this? 'Cause I don't...
Probably. It looks like a very heavy narrative, story-driven game. But to me, this looks very much like Man from Medan.
What was the game?
Where you are
again?
trying...
Yeah. So this game...
When Dusk Falls. Or As Dusk Falls.
They explained it that it's kind of like a British TV show, but it looks like a graphic novel, and they called it an emotional experience.
Yeah.
And so for me, I put this as a pass, as a 1.
Oh.
Because for me, I was watching the trailer, and I don't like feeling emotions or like bad ones. But also, I don't know. I wasn't really into the story. I don't know.
It doesn't tell you too much of the story.
And I didn't know how, like, I didn't know how the gameplay went, but it was just very odd. Like, I feel like it looks like a very unique game, but I think it's a story that's gonna make me not want to play it.
See, for me, the art style, it very much looks like watercolor, but it's like animated, but not. It looks like a lot of it is just still images of people, and then they're talking with these like janky, slight movements. So for me, I feel like that might be a little jarring playing the game. But the thing that got me excited, I don't know if you saw, it can be a single player game or up to 8 players you can play with your friends. That's interesting. I'm really curious to see how 8 players goes with this game.
So is this a game where your decisions matter?
I think so. Yeah, and there's branching paths of what you do. So I'm assuming you're picking a character and you're doing your thing a little bit like Man of Medan. But Man of Medan, I think, was only 2, 3, 4 player maybe. And this is 8. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like a 6 out of 10.
I don't know. I'm the same. I'm not overly excited because I agree. The art style, I was like, is my video jittering because it's lagging, or was it the gameplay? And I think it was the gameplay because that was the only time I had that issue in the entire showcase. And so yeah, I hated that weird, like, the camera panned to make it 3D and they sort of moved like you said but didn't. It was uncomfortable. Take that out of it, it's a very story driven game, and so by nature I'm probably not going to like it, but I do like that there's the branching aspects of it, especially if it kind of gives you a little bit of the visibility into the trees the way that it showed. That might have just been like a visual kind of marketing thing, if you will. But outside of that, I do think, yeah, that the up to 8 players, because I almost wonder then, is it some sort of like a tabletop card game of, what's the one, like Wolf in the Night or whatever, or werewolf game, that werewolf game we played?
The Long Dark?
The Long Dark? Is it? No, like card game. What was the werewolf one? Like someone's
yeah.
werewolf.
You used the phone app?
Oh, you're talking about the board game.
Yeah. So like I'm wondering if the multiplayer aspect in it,
One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
yeah, might have some sort of aspect where it's just like you're like an Among Us or something like that, where you're kind of trying to figure out who the traitor is or who the bad person is. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm curious. And if it is, I think that makes it a really cool aspect of it.
Yeah.
All that to say, it's something that I didn't think I would be interested in, and the art style is going to make it tough, but I kind of am interested in.
Next up was a Battle Royale. Naraka?
Pass.
Blade Point. This is a pass for you? You don't even... You're sick of Battle Royales now?
I mean, it's funny to say because I will play every 100 roguelikes that come out. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit tapped out on Battle Royales, but I don't know. I guess the fact that it's kind of melee is unique and interesting.
In feudal Japan.
But it was, I don't know. The trailer was weird because it just showed me a bunch of people getting assassinated that were like standing still. Like it was assassinating.
The trailer did not
bots.
show much.
So I don't know. Maybe it's interesting, but I wasn't excited for it.
Yeah, I'm a 5 out of 10.
It's a 3 for me because I feel like all I got from the trailer is that you can play with up to versus up to 60 people, and it has a campaign mode. That's all I know about the game.
Yeah.
I felt like
Maybe
it was very
we're
little
seeing all
information.
campaign gameplay.
Maybe. But you can, I know, play the game on the Insider program if you're in the Xbox Insider program. This one was really interesting and surprised me, but Pentiment, I don't know if you got it, but this is from Obsidian Studios.
Did they do the other medieval game?
No.
Like the cutout? Oh.
Yeah, I definitely got a Procession of Cavalry.
Yeah.
But no, this is the studio that did Grounded, and they normally do RPGs. So
See,
this is really different from them.
I had trouble figuring out what the game was, like how you play and everything, but I loved hearing like the pen and paper and during the little scenes and stuff. So for me, I just think it looks cool, and that's why I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I can't tell if it was a comedy. Because I kept thinking Procession of Cavalry, which was. And so for me, I'm like, is this a comedy? But I'm intrigued. The gameplay does look pretty unique. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I want to try this.
Yeah, I don't know that I could kind of figure out either. It's the same, but it drew me in just based on its links to, at least visually, to Procession of Cavalry. So I'm willing to give it a try. I was put it at a game.
But big news next. Grounded finally has a release date. It's 1.0 patch. It'll be at a game preview.
I think it's September.
Yeah, I believe so. I didn't write it down. Yeah, I think it's like late September. I should have wrote it down. I'm a great
So
host.
are we going to go back into it? Keith, I don't think you really liked Grounded. This is the 5 for me, the fact that it's coming out. I
Both
feel
me
like,
and you loved it. We
Dave
played a ton of
played with
Grounded.
us a lot.
Yeah.
So this is a game that I love playing with other people. And for me, I would totally go back to this game.
Yeah, it looks like they finally gave more snippets of the story of these teens being missing to me. Yeah, I cannot wait for this. This is a 10 out of me. I want to play Grounded again. I loved it.
I did think it was cool that they're gonna actually get some campaign aspect to it, and I enjoyed playing with you guys. I just struggle to take the time to want to build all the stuff that you guys built, and so for that I won't play it probably by myself, but if we play it, I don't think I'll be upset to do it. I'll just try to make sure I'm tagging along with you guys when I do.
Sweet. Revisiting Grounded. Next up was another new IP, Arabin, which looks like a top-down, third-person, stealth-heavy game where you're assassinating robots. To me, this looks cool because I enjoy stealth games, and this is a stealth game with superpowers. Those are my two favorite things.
For me, it looked a little hard.
It looks like it could be,
So
yeah.
for me, like I just wrote down robots. And like I kind of...
It has robots.
At that point, like I was, not paying as much attention to like the shorter games. Like they didn't like really show as much. And so for me, like this one, I would play. I think it'd be really hard, especially the stealth aspect, because it shows you like the black dust. Or, like,
Yeah, it looks like you can turn to dust in shadows, and you need to avoid light.
So I think it's gonna be really good, but I think it's gonna be hard. And I'm not really a huge robot person, so
Good thing you're
that's
killing
why it's
them.
a 3. It could surprise me. It might be a game for me later on.
It reminded me a bit of was Origami, that stealth ninja game we played before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you could get some powers and use different things if you were in the shadows.
See, I like that game, but I didn't like the.
It was super
certain
buggy.
And the certain gameplay aspect. So if this was that but better, that might be a 5. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be very excited if it was another Origami. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to look this one up because, this was another one, but...
This was pretty forgettable for you.
I think so, because I don't remember. I think this was another one that I started to just check out a little bit.
It's like the only one that has robots.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A screen full of robots.
I know I saw it. I don't think I was excited for it, so sure.
It was kind of a
Don't-
quick trailer. If you
don't
kind of
be-
blinked, you probably missed it.
Don't be Origami. I will say. That'll be my comment about that.
It's from Raw Fury, who did... I'm drawing a blank on the game that you picked, Keith. The female soldiers.
Oh,
You had a sniper,
the
an
one that was like
engineer.
Castle Crashers?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Good description. Both of us.
I know, thank you. Then this was also a big surprise, but Diablo 4, they showed quite a bit of gameplay. And then not only that, it's coming out this year, or 2023, which was very surprising. A lot of people were sure this game was coming out at least 2024. Like, they thought this game was way far out. And, like, even Blizzard was saying, like, oh, yeah, we're not even close. But the fact that they showed quite a bit, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. It, to me, looks very much like Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is my favorite. I did not care as much for 3. I didn't care for the art style, but I know you already complained about the grossness of it, Liz. I love the dark, nitty-gritty grossness of Diablo 2, and it looks like they're going back to it. I cannot wait for Diablo 4.
Yep.
I think I would like it if it wasn't so gross. Like, I mean, they're talking about how, like, you play a necromancer, and this is the 5th and final class, and it's open world, shared world, and I like that, too, that there's the aspect of if you're really, really good, you're marked on the map, and people will just constantly go after you.
Yeah.
And so, for me, there's a lot of cool elements. Just for me, I put it as a 1 with Scorn, just because it just looks gross. I'm not into gore, and it seems like it's going to be a huge aspect of the game. So for me,
I mean, the game's called Diablo.
I know, but I haven't played any of the I haven't played any of the other Diablos.
I think I had you try 3 a little bit, but like only like 10, 15 minutes of it. Not much.
I'm pumped. I know. I don't think this is going to be a Game Pass one, so kind of bummed from that aspect.
It
Oh, it
actually
could be.
probably will be.
Oh.
So that was a great thing about this trailer is they showed Xbox Series X gameplay only, which was really cool. But
That's
Microsoft's
true.
about to own Blizzard, so yeah, it's probably gonna be on Game Pass.
Okay. Well, I hope it is. Either way,
It just isn't on the list yet because they don't own them. So.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's a yes, and a yes for me. I think as long as they live up to it. It's another one of those things where I suspect in typical Blizzard fashion, the first 6 to 8 months of the game are going to be
it's gonna
really
be-
rough.
Yeah,
And I'll play it,
The
and I'll enjoy it.
microtransactions are going to be rampant.
Not even it'll be microtransactions. It'll just be a lot of weird little things. But within a year, that is going to be such a fine game. And my gosh, it's going to be good. I really hope I can find the time to play it. So I'm excited for it. And yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. But the next one, it wasn't a crazy announcement, but it was a very cool trailer.
Sea of
But
Thieves?
the Sea of Thieves
Yep.
update, where they finally, this was something they talked about doing, I think within the first 3 months of the game being launched, that you can name your ship, you can customize it and like do a lot more customization with it, but it has been like far on the back burner. And so finally they announced Season 7, you can now save loadouts of your ship, name your ship, decorate the interior of the
I
ship.
think there's limitations on the name though that they said.
Yeah, they said no profanity,
Yeah.
but it's okay because me and Keith already have our ship names:
Oh, of course. I
Johnny Depps and Tom Planks.
Yep. I'm all about it. I think I have to take Johnny Depp's though, because
That was probably our favorite.
it is, well, also because I stole it for my Reddit username, so
Oh, that's right.
so I've claimed Johnny Depp's apparent at this point. And yeah, I think, are we gonna have to do Sea of Thieves round 3?
Another revisit.
Because I actually, for the first time in a long time, even when we revisited, I was like, I got excited and fired up. I told you this, to play Sea of Thieves, and it wasn't even the new one in there. I was like, I'm just gonna go out there. I'm gonna do the skeleton missions. I got wrecked. Not even by people, just skeletons. And also my game crashed a bunch, but I'm excited for it.
So they didn't say anything in the trailer, but it looked like you were maybe starting to align yourself more with factions, possibly.
That's what it looks like.
Because I don't know if you saw this last patch or event that was going on. Everyone was being able to decide if you want to save the Golden Sands or destroy it. So you kind of had a way of picking the side. Really cool. So I think they're going to be working more on like doing that, where you can shape the world. But next up for me, this looked really disappointing, and this was Ravenlock. It was kind of voxel art style, third person action, maybe RPG element, where you're playing like a girl kind of going into an Alice in Wonderland type-esque world. And
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I got heavy Alice in Wonderland vibes. But to me, the combat just looked a little stiff. The trailer overall, I just didn't think showed much. So for me, I'm giving this like a 2 out of 10 for excitement. It could be good. It did not do anything for me.
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
I like the vibe, and like you said, there's a lot of games that didn't really give me enough. Like we were talking about Pentiment earlier. There's a lot of games that, I mean, it doesn't warrant a 5, but I'm excited at the idea of, seeing more, maybe playing it. So I'm excited.
Yep, this is another one that I blocked out, where I remember it, and when you say the Alice in Wonderland vibes, I'm like, yeah, I remember that. But there was absolutely nothing that excited me about it, but nothing that turned me off. Just, I'm kind of neutral on this one.
What are the chances Keith fell asleep?
Very good chances.
No, I actually did not. Not on this one. I did fall asleep playing Mass Effect the other night, though.
No? Spoiler alert of the upcoming game.
Whoops.
But as far as the next game, though, Cocoon it's published by Annapurna Studios, but what kind of caught me off guard, it says it's from one of the original designers of Inside and Limbo. And I know you guys haven't played those games, but if you played those games, they're a 2D platformer, and the story is buck wild in both of those games. And this one actually looks a lot more grounded. It looks like, a top-down platformer puzzler, where you were playing kind of a bug, kind of dropping off these eggs to solve puzzles. It looked interesting. It looked nothing like Inside and Limbo if you've played either of those games, but I'm a 7 out of 10 on this. This looked cool.
It's a 3 out of 5 for me. I just wrote bug platformer. I didn't get much out of the trailer. I wasn't too excited about it, especially because, I suck at platforming. But
It
I also
looks
don't
like
really
it's
like
more puzzle
bugs.
than platforming, though. Which I guess you're not too crazy about
I thought
puzzles either.
I thought I showed really like both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Puzzler was the biggest thing for me. And I like those styles of games. I think sometimes they can get a little too repetitive, where I just now it's like I have to refresh myself on this one because I didn't remember it until I pulled it up. Is like it gives me vibes where, okay, you have like this certain color of an egg and you're always going to do the same thing. So some of the puzzles get predictable. I could be wrong on that, but just from some of the things that I saw that are in the trailer, that would be some of my concerns. I'll give it I would definitely be interested to play it, but not overly excited. So still a game. So
I love her very obscure like grading systems we've been going through.
I'm trying to at least end with some sort of gamer pass. I'll give it a pre-game.
All right, so this next game is a 5 out of 10 for me. This could really go either way. There's things about this game that got me excited and worried. But this is Wulong, The Fallen Dynasty. So this is from Team Ninja. And then, I don't know if you caught this, Keith, too. Well, Keith, did you get any vibes from this game?
I mean, I was hoping Dynasty Warriors, but that could have just been in the name.
Well, did you not hear? This actually is tied with Koei Tecmo.
Yes,
so this is why it's a 5 out of 10 for
please.
me. This could be really good. So this is a Souls-like game, though. So it looks like if you're more focusing on one person, you could die, lose your stuff. But it looks very dark, very gritty. But yeah, feudal Japan looks like you're playing one of the like main, Japanese heroes. Looks like it could be really cool. But
The graphics looked amazing.
yeah, it could go bad. But it's being done by Team Ninja, and I think Team Ninja does a good job.
Okay.
I feel bad saying it again, but this is another game that it didn't
Too
give
gory.
me enough.
Oh, just didn't get
And
enough.
so that's all I could gather from is that the graphics were nice. So
Yeah,
it's
it didn't
3
show
for
much.
me. I think it looks cool, but I didn't get any substance from that trailer.
Yeah, outside of the graphics, the only thing I could grab was really that I was hoping it was going to be some sort of a Dynasty Warriors. Gosh, I'm so terrible at Souls-like games. But I don't know. If it's from some of the people who made a Dynasty Warriors game, then I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, hearing that Souls like it's kind of making me want to drop it down to a 1, but it's gonna stay at a 3.
Then the showcase also had some huge announcements, specifically 2, which I saw on Twitter. This got a lot of Sony fanboys very angry. But Persona 3, 4, and 5 are coming to Game Pass. This was, a very exclusive Sony JRPG. I've never played this series. I heard the fans on it are hardcore fans. I've heard great things about the series. Are you guys at all interested in the series? Did this do anything for you? Or are you just kind of like, meh?
I gave it a 3. I'm not really itching to play it. It's a generous 3.
Jeez.
No, because again, I feel like a lot of the later games are just like, here's just some random stuff we're going to throw on the screen without telling you anything. So at that point, I was just kind of like, whatever. There's so many games I'm interested in. Like, you're not even going to give me a little crumb?
I mean, the games have been out. You could just YouTube them.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that. It didn't tell me that. Am I supposed to look up every game and be like, how long has this been out?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Liz.
Touche.
Really? You fell asleep during half of them, Keith.
I did not fall asleep. I just didn't care to pay attention. There's a difference. Yeah, I know the Persona games, and mostly it's a weird, like, I think the Persona Reddit is super popular, and it's just, like, always on the popular thread, because I see Persona all the time. That said, it doesn't do anything for me, but I was watching, I was like, oh, like, whenever I see that they're releasing 3 of a game, like, that's a lot of background I don't want to get involved in. So I know it's a huge ad for Xbox, but for me, it did nothing.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
if
kinda
there's
same.
a bunch of games in like a series you don't want to play?
Not necessarily. It's just in the context of it, like the trailers themselves, there wasn't anything about it, and that was like, oh, cool, I want to play that. And then if there's 3 of them, I know it's not like a new game that I'm like, oh, maybe I've never heard about this. I'm like, if this has been out for a while and I've never heard about it to play it, there's a good chance it's because it just doesn't run in a circle that I'm going to be excited about.
You've never heard of Persona?
I've heard of it, and like I said, I've never like had anyone be like, "Hey Keith, you'd be into Persona."
Yeah.
It's never come up on like anything that styles of games that I like. So
All right.
I feel like if a game's been out this long and I've never run across it as something I've wanted to play, I probably don't want to play it now. But it seems like it's a big ad for Xbox.
Did anyone else get the vibe? I don't know if anyone saw it, though. Did it say Persona 5 is coming out first? Is this a series you have to play in order?
I don't know.
That's what I don't get, but...
Yeah, I did catch that, but I don't know.
All right. And then the other huge news was that Hideo Kojima, one of the most infamous people in the gaming industry, he's known for this Metal Gear Solid series. He's been known to work with Sony on so many different games. He just came out with Death Stranding with Norman Reedus in it. And so, of course, this got so many Sony fanboys really upset that he announced that he's coming out and making an Xbox game. I'm surprised this got so many people off like caught people off surprise because he already said in an interview off guard. Thank you. I'm great with English today. He said in an interview like a couple months ago that he absolutely loved what Microsoft's doing with the xCloud, and that he says that's the future of gaming, and he wants to do something with that. So I feel like he already kind of announced he was doing something with that, and then when he actually came on stage, people were like, "Oh, I can't believe he's doing this." It's like he kind of already said he did, and he did say, you know, I'm not cutting ties with Sony. I have a great rapport with them. Like, this isn't the end for me. I don't know. For me, I'm excited what he does. He's really interesting guy. I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
He also seems nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never really believe that your ex has broken up with you until you see him out on a date with somebody else, I guess. So maybe that's what it was.
Good reference there, Keith.
Yikes. Another thing that I want to talk about, which I was going to give a 1 until I watched this trailer because I have heard about it, Flight Simulator. And so for me, like Andrew was telling me about like the Google Maps aspect, and like you can, you know, use the Pelican, and they have like the old school planes. And so there were some things about it that I was like, you know, it would be cool to dabble in it. But for me, like, I don't know if I would want to do a full episode because like I don't like driving. Why would I like, you know, driving a plane? So I gave it a 3.
You fly a plane. You don't drive a
fly.
plane.
I'm great at English too.
Yeah, there you go.
I was actually like an English major for a hot minute. That's embarrassing. But yeah, so for me, it's a 3 because I just want to dabble a little bit.
Well, Flight Simulator's been out. The announcement was the fact that you can now fly the Pelican, and that they're coming out with some historic planes such as Spirit of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just recently, though, they also came out with the
Halo one,
Top
too.
Gun. Yeah, that was the thing. They just came out with the Halo Pelican. But before that, they came out with Top Gun Maverick, where you can fly, I think, an F-7 or some sort of fighter jet for free, which is pretty cool.
I mean, I've never played Flight Simulator, so
I tried a little bit. It's super relaxing.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna crack a joke at Liz, but I also want you to know, Liz, that I've never played this. So I would say, you know, we play 5 hours on average. You might get off the ground in 5 hours, so that like you would probably would be fine for. I probably wouldn't be much better. I'm not, if at all, honestly. I'm just saying.
No. Okay.
I feel like that. Also, you say average of 5 hours. Like I feel like we put way more time
Usually,
in most games.
I just know that we set our kind of like guideline at that. But yeah, you're right. We do play more than that.
Yeah,
usually.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna jab at me, like make it accurate.
Well, I've played it, and I will say you can scale how simulator it is. You can make it where you just push one button and fly, or you can go full on simulator and like open the door, sit in the seat, turn the keys, push every button. Like you can go heavy simulator or light
So
simulator.
like a control freak that's afraid of flying is like, oh, in case something happens, I'll know how to fly the plane.
You legitimately learn because like they have blueprints of the planes and how they're built. So like they are hyper realistic. So yes, if you truly want to know how to fly a plane, this is the game.
Like not even joking. Like they use no. Yeah, I don't have to joke with it. Like Flight Simulator is used for like actual pilot training. Like the Microsoft is used.
Yeah, Flight Simulator
military
95
training.
they used forever. Yeah.
So it like legitimately is like a real almost training tool, and that's kind of the craziest thing about it. But I don't know. It's one of those things, and sure, I guess I can turn on the one button aspect, but then it doesn't feel like I'm really playing the game for what it's truly worth.
So I kind of want to try and fly the Halo Pelican because it's a made-up vehicle. It's a sci-fi spaceship. So it's like, how did they do this? How do you program that and like make it an accurate plane? I don't know. Really cool though.
Would it make you feel better about flying, you think? Like,
I don't know. I have a fear of flying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
there's been a couple times playing the game I was like, oh god. It still kind of gives me uneven feelings. It's crazy. It's awesome though.
And then the big game.
Yes. So this is the big coup de grace of the show. Finally, we see gameplay footage of Starfield. So this was Bethesda's brainchild that they've been working on for over 20 years. It's, as they described, a Han Solo simulator. You know, they finally showed gameplay. They showed quite a bit too. They showed actually you on the ground shooting enemies. They showed you space flight. They showed you exploration. This was really cool.
And I like that they actually kind of described how big the game is. When they're talking about like, you can go anywhere on this planet and there's this many planets in this area. And then this is like the total, like it's a big, big game.
Did you guys get the vibe of a game we played before?
Well, I think it's obviously No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yeah. So when this game was announced, No Man's Sky was actually the trending like Google search.
Well, yeah, and like to simplify it, I was gonna say No Man's Sky with like good combat is
That's exactly what I was gonna say because I hated No Man's Sky's combat.
Now I know that it's a different game, and we like, and this is another one we talked about. I guess in my mind, I thought for some reason that there was No Man's Sky was largely procedurally generated and pretty much infinite. So in terms of numbers, if you're comparing infinite to what is it, like 1,000?
1,000.
It's pretty vastly different. But good luck exploring 1,000 planets. Like realistically, if you really go through and you explore them and you think that that's not enough, good for you. It can. I'll prove to me that you've done it. Especially if you were unpleased with the amount of time that you were given, I will buy you a trophy.
So a lot of people are upset that it's 1,000 planets. Like for me, when they say 1,000 planets, a good 98% of those planets are just going to be like just resource harvesting planets. You're just going to go there to gather iron or whatever, and that's it. That's all you're going to visit that planet for. So it's not like you're visiting, 1,000 Skyrim-esque planets that are filled with a ton of things to explore and treasures and whatnot. Yeah, it's to me just going to be a lot of kind of empty planets. So I didn't care for that.
You're going to have 20 mission planets, and those 20 mission planets are going to give you a ton of, go harvest this amount of ore in this amount of thing. And
go to this planet, maybe do the one quest and come back.
Yeah, or go to one planet and do 10 quests because you have to farm like a whole bunch of different things and then come back. So I agree with you in that aspect that it's largely not going to be, too interesting planets. Maybe they at least, I don't know, make them, you can't make 1,000 completely unique biomes. Well, easily, I guess you can't, but
we'll see.
If you can make them at least somewhat unique in aspects, then I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, I forgot to say this earlier, but for me, it's a 3. I thought it looked great, but you know me, like I don't really like space exploration games. I don't like flying the spaceship. I don't like, and with No Man's Sky, there's so many things that like there's things I liked about it, but there's also things that just kind of felt like made it tedious. And so that's what I'm nervous about with another game like this. But I do think it looks great. I think it's going to be a great game, but I'm just thinking from my personal, preference with games, am I going to like it as much?
For me, this is a 9 out of 10. My biggest hiccup for this game is from Bethesda. So this game's going to come out very janky, full of bugs.
That's a good point.
Especially for how big it is. I think this game will be a little bit rough coming out. But I love the customization of it. Did you like that character creator, Keith, that they kind of gave you a quick snippet of? It looks like it has a very detailed character creator.
There was a couple games that they showed that had really good character creators.
Girl, give me a good character creator. My Mass Effect one is it's something, but it's not up to the par. There's not enough customization. But yeah, give me a good character customization. Yeah. About that. I wasn't Anthem. No, Anthem wasn't Bethesda. That was EA. Never mind. Scratch that.
But yeah, I thought this was a really nice ending to the showcase of doing Starfield. I can't wait for it.
Well, because it's been talked about for so long, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to come out 11/11/22, but it got delayed.
Yeah. But
it looks like it's coming. It's coming out early though. Or I can't remember. Did it have a release date?
Remember, but it's going to come out in the next 12 months. So
yeah, it comes out next 12 months.
Now and June 12th. Okay.
Yeah. So that just about wraps up everything in the showcase, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want
a lot of games.
Unless you want to talk about the achievements.
So yeah, overall, I thought this was a solid showcase. I was just a little disappointed of all the rumors of things that were going to be in the showcase weren't there. But overall, though, a solid list of games. I think we have a very exciting next 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm excited.
All right. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you have any game suggestions, please email us at gamepassgraphic@gmail.com or visit us on our Facebook at GBGBpod or Twitter at GBGBpod. I've been your hardcore gamer host, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird0952.
I've been Keith, and while we were talking about Starfall, I don't think we talked about it at all. Like, which of these games are day one of Game Pass?
Starfall? Do you mean Starfield or Redfall?
I don't know.
because you combine those two games.
We talked about so many games. I have lost it. But I don't think we talked at all about like which of these games will be day one Game Pass versus which ones won't.
We'll have to keep an eye, and when they come out, we'll put them on the poll on Twitter.
Well, 90% of them I know a lot are going to be Game Pass, but that's because these are all first-party games.
Well, mostly. I'm just saying, I asked the question, and we didn't really answer it. And I feel like, because like some of them aren't, some of them are. I don't know. Just saying. That was my parting thought. Because I'm Keith.
And I'm Liz Noob, gamertag comment Dean. I'm on Twitter at Liz Noob, NoobBusyW. And don't forget that when Plague Tale comes out, Keith really wants you to vote for that one. Okay, guys. Bye, guys.
All right, thank you all for joining us. Love you all. See you again next week.
Bye.